Welcome everybody to the Curb Stomp podcast, episode 64.
Five away.
Yeah. We hear the Curb Stomp do the end of the year awards differently. Everyone does like best match of the year, best food of the year. We do all of that in a different way. We have our actual awards we give out. We have that, or we were announced it for January 4th of the new year. But today we have a top 10 matches and top 5 feuds to go over because we're a little weird here. We like to be weird and we like to give credit to everyone around.
Hey, man, wrestling's a huge thing. Hundreds of wrestlers, thousands of wrestlers. Why would we only give credit to 15? Granted, let's be real here. As we go through these next few lists, how many unique names are we really going to say?
I can tell you how many unique names I have.
On mine, I'll count mine. Real quick.
Just the matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait,
1, 2.
That's 8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's 9, 10, 11, 12,
13,
14,
15, 16, 17 different names on mine.
18.
And that's without honorable mentions.
I have 24.
How many triple threats and fatal four-ways do you have?
We'll go over
tag teams.
We'll go over
fuck? 10 matches, 24 people?
But today we have in store a huge episode for you. We have reactions to Deadline, predictions for Saturday Night Main Event, the first one, because we have one next month as well. And also we had the top 10, top 5 we just discussed. So we already light on the news today. It's more of just like what the hell happened. That's really huge right now.
But you know what? We're making lists, but you have to guess a list still. You don't get a week off.
Fuck you.
So I have a list.
I just don't remember.
No, which list do you think I'm telling you?
I don't remember.
Male wrestlers who have wrestled the most matches.
Yes, this is what I so we have Cody, who's got like 96.
95 for Cody. He is by far in the lead.
Yeah. Jey Uso.
He's at 83.
He's second, right?
Yes.
Damian Priest.
Number 3, 69.
Nice. Who's been working their ass off? Solo Sikoa.
Solo's at 10 at 58.
I did a big drop off that I just went for.
So I will say there's a lot less events this year. That was their goal to get the wrestlers to be more happy is less events.
Yeah.
So last year we had multiple wrestlers in the hundreds. We'll get one.
Cody wants to hit 100 though.
Cody commented, "Let's get to 100."
Yeah. Trying to think like who's been.
You are missing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Really?
The gap between 4 and 9 is 8.
But I'm just starting to think who's been active because like last year Shinsuke was in the top 10. He's not up in the top 10.
Everyone in the top 10 is on TV every week.
Yeah, and this is men only, so this is the difficult part for me.
No women. I don't know if there's a women.
It's just men's. No, Bianca Belair has like 84 or something like that. There's a woman's list.
You see if this account posted it real quick.
Yeah. Finn Balor.
Finn number 6.
Really?
At 64.
I know he hasn't done any much televised, so would JD McDonough be included in that count? Okay, either I froze or he froze.
JD?
Yeah.
He froze. 65.
So he's on there.
Yes. 4, 7, 8, 9.
Dominic.
Number 8.
It's a lot of Raw guys.
Number 60. Everyone left but one person is a Raw guy. So of the 3, 2 Raw, 1 SmackDown.
LA Knight?
Number 4, that's your SmackDown player at 68.
I'm like, Andrade doesn't wrestle that much or live shows. Carmelo Hayes never used. Speed, he doesn't wrestle in Speed though. He wrestled like a few matches and then won championship. Now he's just the guy.
That was a quick 8 matches onto his belt.
Yeah, but like
he speed ran 8 matches.
Kofi.
Not on the list.
Okay.
Both of these guys are main event scene.
Their main event scene.
Yes.
Shit on Raw. Sammy.
Sammy's number 9 at 60.
Solid.
This other guy is main event scene as well.
I used to Jay, and I thought.
And there's no debate about this guy being main event scene.
Braun.
Nope.
I know he's not main event scene, but like, he's our main event scene. Gunther.
After such
Really?
a slow start,
Yeah, I was supposed to say, like, I remember this bro not working at all.
he worked. He took like 2 months off, and he's still top 10. Well, because when Gunther knows two things: time off and working. If he's not taking time off, he's at work.
Yeah, there's a better guy who's currently injured now that only knows working, and he's much better.
All right, let's hit speed run some news. Another early PLE for Rumble. It's a 6 p.m. EST start.
I feel like we gotta stop calling it early. I think that's just the new time.
Probably. Which sucks because that's 4 o'clock my time, and
Haha, get fucked.
planning food around that is tough.
It's not.
Yeah, it is. Considering
call
I
it-
usually eat a late lunch.
Nah, just call Wingstop the day before to get it delivered at the time.
Penta's a free agent. I wonder where he's going.
Oh, really? Phoenix is having a pit, like, it's not a fit on Twitter.
I almost fell for a fake tweet.
What?
There was a tweet about that of Tony Khan and AEW's comment on it. It was this bitch ass needs to stop complaining and back. And then I'm like, I almost fell for it.
Yeah, I know. As much as Tony Khan has been a real shit
He's
for
not
us this year,
Yeah, but that's not. I'm like, yeah, Tony didn't say that.
Tony would not do that in an official press release.
WW and A&E are going to start a WWLFG show, Legends and Future Greats. It's basically going to be tough enough.
Well, they already started it, yeah.
Well, it sets its debut, sorry.
Well, they started recording it.
The Rock's appearance at Bad Blood was just to get the screen on him.
Yeah.
It's been confirmed now. Tonga Loa broke his arm. Well, tore his bicep.
Mm-hmm.
Bronson Reed suffered a broken foot. And Jay broke his foot.
Mm-hmm.
Broken toe. Jamie broken toe, sorry. Cody dropped the bar. Shorty G are looking at Stardust to Chad Gable.
Yeah.
There's a transfer window open. I don't remember how long it's open.
This is so interesting because it's not only just SmackDown and Raw, it's also including NXT.
Yes, and we'll get to it when we talk about Tuesday. But there's very clearly someone who's getting called up. Tuesday's NXT's.
Yeah, but like Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Tuesday.
deadline.
There's someone who probably wrestled their last NXT match on Tuesday.
I don't remember who it was on Tuesday, but okay.
Someone who I said was getting called up. He's getting called up.
One of the best clips of Curse has produced.
No, and a different guy I said was getting called up.
Yeah.
I said 2 guys were getting called up in the match.
No, I'm thinking the one clip at the beginning of the year when we did our
Not that one. The other one I said who was getting called up when we were talking about Deadline. The guy who's fucking 35.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Tiffy is advancing in the tournament, beating Naomi.
Don't exactly love that.
Bianca beat Piper and Chelsea by herself.
She's just her.
Yeah. I respect the
He's going to repeat that because I'm pretty sure it's his internet.
the new bloodline not wanting to freeze again.
That was you. It's all you, my guy.
If you froze for me.
Yeah,
you
I
froze for
froze
me.
because your internet sucks. Because my thing always has the bad internet sign. No.
Did you see the new bloodline did not want to fuck with Shinsuke?
Yeah.
I respect it. When you see a guy with black ooze spewing out of his mouth, I wouldn't want to touch him.
I think they're just bitches.
We had a great pump fake pulled off on us with DIY Foley turning heel on Motor City Machine Guns to become the new tag champs.
Yeah.
Great heel turn.
I'm glad they deserve this run. Oh my god! I swear to God, these dogs.
Kevin says he's gonna deal with Sammy when he gets there.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu was Jacob Fatu. A fan while they were off air yelled, "You suck, Jacob," and Jacob responded, "Yo, mama suck dick." Because it's Jacob Fatu.
Yes.
Ray Phoenix. Someone on Twitter was complaining about Ray Phoenix not being booked, and Ray Phoenix is like, "I'd like to tell the truth." All right, now we can talk about Deadline. I said I was going to speedrun news. Matt's men's kicked us off.
Yes.
We knew 4 of the entries. I don't know if either of us really cared for who the 5th entry was at the time.
I did because I didn't. So I kind of knew who they were going to slot in there, or they were. I didn't know if they're going to keep Eddie Thorpe or just slot someone in.
I thought they'd just keep Eddie Thorpe.
That's what I thought too.
We then got the surprise of the night. Where,
as soon as they announced someone's replacing him, I'm like, oh, I know who it is.
Still, seeing him walk out was
magical.
It's just fun. It was Wesley had a pinfall. Javon Evans was still at nothing. Ethan Page and Nathan Fraser also had a pinfall.
Dude,
but then there's just this aura that comes around when Oba Femi starts walking to the ring.
It's not even that. It's that you feel a different level get elevated once he walks out. Like, he just elevates everything. He makes everything feel a lot more like dangerous and insane, and he's just a different level. I'm sorry, Wesley, Javon, Page, Frazier, all great. They're all fucking amazing. They showed out in this match. Like, they made this match feel special. But Obafemi just made everything so much better. I swear to God, these dogs don't stop barking.
And what I can respect is, well, first off, it was clear nobody wanted to smoke from him.
No.
They heard his music, and Ethan Page is like, "Hey, Javon, you're by the ropes. Get him."
Toss him in. It's like, you're first.
And then Obafemi's like, "Oh, you fed me somebody? Okay, I'll just run the ropes and just hit all of you really, really hard." And then, shocker, Obafemi won.
Yes. Obafemi did get pinned, though, in this match. He got tossed into the penalty box, right?
Yeah.
And then Page got pinned after pointing and laughing. So, and he avoided the penalty box at all costs until Oba just dragged him in.
I'm not going in there. Refs are trying to push him in, and he's like, no. And Oba's like, mine.
Dude, this reminds me of the Logan Paul, Kevin Owens thing. No, I'm wrong. Elimination Chamber last year in 2022.
Theory and Lesnar.
I was thinking Seth and Gargano were attacking Theory. The Theory went into one of the boxes to protect himself, and Seth opens it up and just starts beating the shit out of it.
I was thinking Theory and Lesnar when it was just those two left, and Theory was just trying to do everything he can.
Gross. Wrong chamber.
But Oba won in Oba fashion, pinning 2 people at once.
Yes, I really appreciate the ending of this because Javon had one. And he's trying to catch up to Oba. He hits a great fucking cutter on Oba, and Oba turns over like onto his stomach, which in any other circumstance would be like no biggie. He kind of just maybe it's miscommunication, but it's storytelling in this case because the time runs out as soon as Javon gets him on his back. And it was like heartbreaking fashion. And I'm like, everyone's like, it should be like mid pin count or breakup, whatever. I'm like, nah, that's a perfect ending. Just time.
We saw it later on in the night.
Time just ran out.
a very similar situation happened later on in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, next few, Jada Parker beat Lola Vice in NXT
Nope.
Underground.
Other way around.
Lola Vice, sorry, retweet Red. Lola Vice beat Jada Parker.
This was bad. Remember, like when we did the CSP approved, I put Lola into the Grayson approved.
You can't go back on it now.
I'm thinking about that may have been the wrong choice. This match stunk also because it only accommodated to one person's wrestling style. Jada, I love Jada, but she is not an MMA type person. She's much more of a street fight person, but this doesn't have street fight rules. This is like you required to beat the shit out of each other by fist, not not with a garbage can or whatever.
We almost had a wrestler die. Trick Williams.
Oh, I skipped this match.
He got caught in the ropes.
Oh yeah,
and by caught, I mean his neck was in between two of them, and they were strangling him.
Yeah,
and he almost died.
Hey, he's fine.
Like you could see him losing air.
He's still alive.
Yeah, because the ref saved his ass.
Good. That's the point. That's the point of the ref being there.
You can tell Vince was having trouble with it because it's like storyline he can't go help.
Yeah, but Drew did the same thing with Damien.
But like, no, Trick did this to himself.
Well, so did Damien.
but
you could see Drew in the Clash of Castle match start going towards him to help him, and he's like, "Oh, he's fine." Just starts beating the shit.
Yeah, but he also couldn't have won that match if he died. Yeah. He stayed out there. Mm-hmm. Technically, if Trick strangled himself, either unconscious, all you have to do is drag him into the.
That's the only thing I saw from this match. I skipped it. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to watch Ridge Holland wrestle. So,
and I want you to congratulate me for being right about the women's Survivor match, and you won too.
I'm so sorry. I had faith in Stephanie Vickard going over
Julia.
But guess what? Cool. There's one person, both Iron Survivors, that was never pinned. That was Stephanie Vickard.
Cool. Who won?
Julia, because they had an awesome ending to that as well.
Yeah,
fuck you. Here's my take that I said that is going to surprise you. The men's Iron Survivor was better.
Yeah.
Like, the one time where, like, the women don't show out more than the men in an NXT PLE this year is the one they had the one main event.
But here's what I'm also going to say. If you were to look at the talent we had in that Iron Survivor men's match,
mm-hmm.
the only name missing was Trick Williams. Otherwise, those are like your top guys. Those are like literally, you're just missing Trick and Axiom, truthfully, from that match. And Tony.
I was thinking about that. I was like, this is the whole men's division. There's no one after this. Like, there's like tag teams, and like and Axiom and Nathan Frazier can be single stars. They showed out in the tag match that you forgot to mention.
It wasn't on WrestleOps. Blame WrestleOps.
I'm going to blame WrestleOps, and they were phenomenal in that match. They sold the Nathan Frazier getting his ass beat the whole in the Iron Survivor affected this match, and I just loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deadline was fine.
I'm finding. Go ahead. I'm finding something.
No, I'm trying to listen upstairs.
Dogs.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. One's going to sit in the penalty box.
Did I not bookmark the tweet? It's a funny ass tweet about Obafemi and Trick Williams.
No, I think so a lot of people were saying to the Ridge match that Trick Williams may not be what we thought he was, and I think Trick is a fine wrestler. He's good in the ring. I don't think he's bad in the ring at one bit. Like, there's plenty of wrestlers who can say can talk in the mic but can't do it in the ring, and Trick isn't one of them. He's just really basic. He needs to improve. He's in NXT for a reason.
Yeah.
So I think I do think that the timeline needs to be moved back a little bit. I feel like a lot of people were thinking that Trick might get called up within next year. Maybe I think you probably postpone that a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna call him up, probably late next year, if anything.
This match will tell us a lot.
Mm-hmm. The
15
open
years,
match, yeah.
15 years ago this week, the Usos signed with WWE.
I think it's the same day that Umaga died.
Might be.
I'm pretty sure they signed the same day that Umaga died.
Heath Slater wants Triple H to bring back the Nexus.
Let's not repeat gimmicks, please.
No, but not bring back those members.
No.
Think about what happens if we're not boys no more. We're men. But that would include bringing back Ryback.
No, I'll pass.
It was Kurt Angle's birthday this weekend.
Let's go.
Raw. Gunther said he's the best in the world.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
Pierce announced that we get Gunther vs. Finn vs. Damien at Saturday Night Main Event.
I like it. Much better than just Finn versus Gunther.
Final Testament beat the Wyatt Six.
Weird. I
don't
we
get
don't
it.
get the Wyatt Six should be on PLE because a lot of people just watch just the PLEs and
Yeah.
maybe we should show off the Wyatt Six.
Agreed. Punk says the favor from Paul Heyman is a personal thing.
Ooh. It's a WrestleMania main event.
McIntyre claims, we know the real reason why he returned early, that he came back because he saw Sami and Jay and nothing for good CM Punk teaming with Roman. But said at least Punk took a bribe. JV and Kofi got booed, surprisingly.
They got nuclear heat. I think it's worse than Dom's.
Yeah.
Oh, my TikTok is just trembling. I love that.
All right. And Rhea and Io met face to face holding the title.
So either A, this is the direction for WrestleMania, which is a great pivot, or Triple H is putting out feelers to see how the IWC reacts.
Probably feelers. He's given out a lot of feelers over the last few months.
Which makes sense. This is the dead time in fucking WWE.
And gives people like us something to talk about.
That too. But if you're putting out feelers, just now, hey.
Obviously, we'll know more of the direction here soon. How would you feel if that was Mania?
Depends what the story is going into it. Honestly, here's the story I would love for Triple H. And I know he's an avid listener of the podcast.
Oh, he listens every episode. He DM'd me about it the other day.
Exactly. Do what Andrade and Carmella did. Who's the better wrestler? Make it about wrestling. Do not make it about Dom. Don't make it about blah, blah, blah. Just make it about who's the better wrestler. These are two of the top women on Raw every night in and out, right? Make it about how good they are.
Let me run two potential storylines by you.
Oh, God.
Okay? First off, you have to tell me which one you prefer.
Okay.
And this is me cooking them up as we sit here.
All right, cool.
I did not have this planned.
Got it.
If Io pins Liv disappears, which then would give us the bloodline, not the bloodline, Judgment Day imploding fully. Because that's continued to be cheesy. It feels like Liv's the big piece holding it together. Like we were talking about with Rhea holding together the bloodline.
Yeah.
It now feels like Judgment Day, Jesus Christ.
You named today.
And Rhea feels some pain because at the end of the day, those were still her boys.
Yeah.
And goes after Io for it. Or is mad that Rhea didn't get the pleasure of doing that. That he never got a true one-on-one for the title match.
I like the I prefer the you took what I wanted away from me.
Now, the other way.
Oh, I thought that was your other.
No. They meet with Rhea holding the belt. This is if they meet Io has the belt at Mania.
Okay.
We flip it. Io loses on Saturday.
Okay.
Loses in the typical Judgment Day fashion of Judgment Day gets involved.
Yeah.
Rhea doesn't help her.
Okay, yeah, the baby faces, yeah.
Rhea stays away. Rhea stays away from this match.
The baby face, they should, yeah.
Go to Rumble.
Okay.
Io helps Rhea.
Okay.
Rhea pins Liv.
So it's a favor at that point.
Rhea says yes to earn the title shot.
Ooh.
She's not just going to hand it to her.
Ooh.
Which then gives Io the fuck you.
Motivation wins chamber, yeah.
She wins chamber. That's Mania.
I like that. I like the second one much better.
Yeah. I had more time to think about that one.
No, I because that leans more into a personal, like, actual story that goes on rather than hey, let's make it about Dom actually just going out with Io now because
why not? She holds the belt. Dom's not this gold chase this gold diggers, but he's a belt digger.
If I wasn't like actually like in my dumbass brain, my brain was like, if Tiffany cashed in and he went with and Dom went with Tiffany, I kind of would love it just because it's like he just follows the belt. Doesn't matter who holds it. It just who is it?
She's the big dog.
Oh.
She wears the strap.
No, but sorry.
You missed the joke, didn't you?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I much prefer them actually having a story about it, and just Triple H just half baked it. I wouldn't also be against Rhea versus Bianca in some form of fashion. I don't know how they do that, but
now we need a laugh. We talk about this guy a lot, Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens said 3 things he hates about Cody Rhodes.
Sure.
He made his own WWE tracksuit with QB stitched on it, and he goes around telling him he's the quarterback of this era, which no one is calling him that. Owens a tour bus with a Sephora whilst being offended by Owens owning a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
All over America, parents are bleaching the children's hair so they can look like Cody. Points out how chemicals aren't good for them, and as much as he's promoting unhealthy habits, Owens is sure as hell being done against the kids' will.
Okay.
I love Kevin Owens.
Oh, he's great.
He's one of a kind.
He is indeed.
Liv's been champion for over 200 days.
Yeah. Roxanne's been champion for over 250.
Now, I'm going to give you another quiz here.
Oh, God.
It's his second year on the main roster. He's been involved in 5 main events in one way or another. Whether it's directly in the match or indirectly, he's been in the main event for every single one as a match. What are those matches? What are those PLEs?
Who's he?
Solo Sikoa.
There you go. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So he's been involved in all but. Oh wait, did that not main event? Okay, what? Never mind. I think it is all of them. I'm just being stupid.
Well, he main evented SummerSlam.
Yep.
He was in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yep.
What? He did 2 back-to-back. What was right before SummerSlam? I hate the sound that's making. Money in the Bank?
Mm-hmm.
Did he main event Money in the Bank?
Yes.
God, I don't remember that Money in the Bank match. Holy shit.
Pretty sure that was. I don't. That was that Cody.
Yeah. No. No. I'm gonna look up just that. Okay. I'm not cheating. I'm just looking up.
You have two more, and one of them is sad that you're missing it.
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yep, you got that.
Okay.
The
He
one
was
that
in the main event Backlash. He opened Backlash. Shit. Not Chamber.
think recent.
Oh, fucking War Games.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Um.
You're missing one more. This is the hard one because I'm like, he didn't main event that pay per view, but the best match didn't main event that night. I forgot.
The Money in the Bank main event was Cody, Randy, Kevin versus the OG, the 2.0 Bloodline.
You and I had a big debate, but because we both thought this was the wrong. Solo ended up main eventing this night. We both agreed it shouldn't have been them.
Yeah, it was SummerSlam, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, Bad Blood because of
Bad Blood.
Rock.
Because we thought Drew.
Yeah.
We thought it should have been Drew Punk.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think my dog was scaring this off. Is that it? Because he didn't do anything in the Rumble. Chamber, no.
That's all of them.
Yeah, that's right.
So, final bits of news before we predict. World's End main event is set of Mox versus Hangman versus Cassidy versus Jay White.
If Mox drops now, it's one of the worst reigns they've set up.
Yeah, he needs to keep a hold.
Danielson didn't have a good reign because they turned around too quickly on it.
Mm-hmm.
Have Mox hold us for a little bit. Make him dangerous. Make him need to have someone come back.
We get MJF versus Adam Cole finally.
I don't give a shit about it.
Tony Storm's back, but as Tony Storm and is no longer timeless, which is crazy.
Why?
I don't get it.
Tony Storm was the number one ranked woman in all of wrestling under the timeless gimmick.
And so it's not going to hurt her for our rankings this year.
Well, no, it just happened.
It just happened. But I'm telling you now, I don't know if she's going to... The Tony Storm gimmick, she needs to have it so much better. Because at this point, she can't go back to timeless in AEW.
Well, no, because they just dropped it. Unless this is timeless hiding under OG Tony.
Which is believable, but you cut the hair.
There's no reason to fucking change it.
I don't get it. That's why when I messaged you that's why I'm like, really?
Yeah, no, that I get bringing Tony back. We all kind of knew it was a work because of what she said in the interview, but just keep timeless. I don't know what the public opinion on timeless Tony Storm is, but I fucking loved it.
I loved it. So everyone we talked to loved it.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't know one wrestling fan who didn't love it.
The IWC is weird.
Huh?
The IWC is weird. They think Seth Rollins is buns, so
true. Oh look, there's one of the noisemakers.
He is the noisemaker. Where'd you go, bud?
He's by the axe. He's investigating the axe. Don't worry, my noisemaker is not making noise. Triple H has a mile-long list of celebrities he wants at Mania. He thinks this era is bigger than the Attitude Era.
He's right.
Charlotte Flair is to return soon.
Charlotte's going to be revealed as Jade's attacker.
It's going to be Bianca.
No, it's Charlotte.
And Logan claims he's retired.
Good.
I don't believe it.
Probably isn't true, but
how long is Saturday Night Main Event?
What do you mean?
Because it's only 4 matches.
It'd probably still be like 3 hours.
So we will predict it. I will assume
there won't be anything else announced. There won't be anything else announced. And so the issue I'm running into is they call it at Deadline. They call Deadline the final WWE PLE, right? But WWE also threw a graph out there calling Saturday Night a main event.
So there's 4 matches. Probably won't be something added unless Shinsuke gets something last minute added.
I don't think it will.
Or we get a tag match between Motor City and New DIY.
There you go.
I got there eventually. But let's talk. I will guess the opening match will be something like EO Live.
Oh, wait. You got to say they're likely bringing back the Winged Eagle.
Oh yeah, that's got teased.
It was like it's one night only. I'm guessing it's the Winged Eagle.
Probably.
Because they're flashing back to the 80s. They've Jesse Ventura on fucking commentary. It's old-timey graphics. I think they bring back the Winged Eagle. And
I'll actually be able to watch.
I'm so excited to see the Winged Eagle.
I'm actually going to be able to watch this one.
When does it start?
6 EST. Well, 8 EST, sorry. 8 EST.
Oh, okay. So got it.
7 your time.
I just want to make sure. Maybe we'll react. I don't know.
Maybe.
No, we won't, because I have a movie at that time.
Ha, bitch.
Sorry, I need to catch up on movies.
Liv EO, we'll start there. I have Liv.
There will be a title change in this PLE, or whatever they want to call this. I know this for sure. It will happen.
Mm-hmm. But here's the bad thing. There's 4 title defenses.
I know.
There's 3. There's only 3.
It's not going to happen here, though. I think Liv's retaining. I do think they're going to still go Rhea EO for Mania, but I think it's more of a Rumble thing.
I think, there's a guaranteed title change.
It has to, because that's how they have to promote this. It'd be like, anything could happen on 0 Day Main Event, and nothing changes. No.
EO wins.
I know that's not the title change. I think it happens.
Actually, I'll stick with Liv.
I think Liv retains. I think what happens is that Damage Control, they're an all-female faction. Dom gets involved. Dom's not allowed to do anything to them, and then Raquel comes and bowls them over.
Probably.
And then Dom helps Dom helps Liv. Too many fucking names.
There's a lot of names.
There's a lot of names.
Sammy Drew.
Yes, Drew's coming back after losing a feud. He needs the win, and we're running into Rumble season. I think Drew's gonna be really important running into Rumble.
He's on the Mania main road.
Well, he needs a Mania match, like a huge Mania match.
And there's a triple threat waiting for him. Your title change, Gunther, Finn, Damien.
I think Damien regains the championship.
I think Gunther retains.
I think that we know Triple H is terminally online. He sees everything. He knows people are out on Gunther, and that Gunther doesn't have the same aura he did with the Intercontinental. Whatever happened between that time, who knows? But I think it's good time for a title change. It helps Gunther, I think, at the end of the day. And I think Damien just feels like a better champion at this current moment. Like the person to hold it,
I think,
until Mania time.
The story here is going to be is Damien so focused on Finn.
I think it's the other way around. I think Finn's too focused on Damien.
I think it could end up ending on both in the S.
I think that Finn is going to be so consumed by his hatred for Damien that he loses out on his title shot.
Gunther's not getting pinned.
No, Gunther will not be the one getting pinned. I think that Damien will pin Finn. And this will lead into another match because it's like...
Or Finn pins Damien.
Dude, if Finn Balor in the year 2024 is champion again, I want to kill himself.
He's slated for a huge singles push.
There's so many people who are worthy of that singles push that more than Finn. I know if Geek ever listens to Curb Stomp and is listening to this episode, the one episode he chooses to listen to, he's going to hate this.
I'm messaging him, Curb Stomp. Timestamp. Listen to it for a minute.
But Finn Balor is a good wrestler, but there's so many people you can push right now that deserve a title shot, deserve a title run than Finn.
Yeah. The final match, Cody Kevin.
It'd be really funny if they bring back the winged eagle Cody's been asking for forever, and he loses. But since it's likely the winged eagle, I think Cody wins.
I think Kevin wins.
I would love to see it. I'm not
I
even gonna lie.
think
I love Cody's reign. People are like, people hate.
they
Kevin.
so badly want to do Kevin Sammy at Mania.
Dude, Kevin.
Sammy's one belt away from Grand Slam.
No, he is not.
Sammy is.
Dude.
What else does he need?
He does not have the U.S.
He does have the U.S. I'm
No, he
99%
does not.
sure.
We've talked about this before. Sammy's 2 belts away. He's got the tag. He's got the IC. In the NXT. He's looking it up, and he's going to realize, oh, Sammy doesn't have a U.S. Because I remember Kevin has 2 belts over Sammy. He's just realized it. Man. That's crazy. Grayson knows more ball.
Hey, Shinsuke!
Well, the transfer window is open, so who knows?
Yeah?
I know Rox is going to get moved over probably at that time. Well, no, she'll probably lose at New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but the window might be closed by then.
No, I think the windows can probably be open to Rumble.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think Cody retains. I think as much as I would love, they've already done Kevin and Sammy at Mania. But having the World Championship on the line would be so much fucking better.
Yeah, and I think this is how they do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the beef of the episode.
Yes.
It is December 12th, 2024.
It is December 12th. Like, what
At this point, the only thing that could really change on our lists, is there could be a match added.
Yeah.
There's
I don't think Saturday Night Event's going to pull.
No feuds in the next 3 weeks that could. Oh, that's a bold take. I think there's two matches.
Well, there's World's End too, but like
there's opportunities, but of everything we're gonna do, this is the best.
Honestly, I don't see anything past this unless like something insane happens, and if that happens, we will mention it on the episode.
But there's no feuds that would jump on. Now, Grayson, what makes a good feud for you?
It's got to be personal. It's got to be like I hate you, like from the bottom of my heart, which means I'm gotta change something. I gotta change one of these. I'm changing one of my things as we speak.
How you very much like storytelling.
I love storytelling.
If we have, I'm gonna look at Shinsuke Nakamura, Seth Rollins. From I think it might have just been last year, might have leaked into this year. Storytelling A+. Storytelling was great. The ending was poor because the match was poor.
Fast match was ass.
How much does that affect you for your feuds?
Not too much unless it was an absolute stinker.
Like that match was.
No, like here. The Liv Rhea did not make my top 5.
It did not. It's my honorable. It's my one honorable mention.
I have an honorable mention,
and it is genuinely mine. Is Rhea Liv until like October.
So, Rhea Liv had a good feud. I won't say it's great until Bad Blood. The moment that Dominic fell out of that cage and that ruined that match entirely. That match was good until that point. That's the thing. Unless it's absolutely fucking ruined, like it goes from 100 to fucking 0 in 2 seconds. That's when I think is the match quality will super affect the feud. And got to make it. Do you want to do honorable mentions first, or do you want to do that before we hit 1?
My honorable mentions only Rhea Liv.
My honorable mention is Andrade versus Mello.
Fuck that! Yeah, that's an honorable mention. That's an honorable mention.
Because that was just 2 fucking ballers week after week giving us fucking bangers on weekly TV, and then it ended up going to Crown Jewel with LA Knight, which was I think that was match of the night if I can remember right.
Yeah, I think that's what we named it.
Yeah, I think it's fucking balling, and like That's why I didn't make my top 5. That's the one I just knocked off. Because I have another feud in my brain. And I think it's fucking fantastic. Those two were fucking balling the whole year.
Yeah. All right. Now I want to say this: we're talking feuds first,
Yes.
mainly because there's more matches than feuds,
Yes.
and a lot of these feud matches will intertwine one way or another with a feud.
Somewhat. Yep.
My number 5 is Cody versus the OG Bloodline.
Ooh, I like it.
I know a lot of people are putting just Cody Rock or Cody Roman. I don't feel like you can cut off one half.
You can.
I think Cody versus the OG Bloodline was the story to begin the year. It was what we had going for Mania.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only Mania match feud I have on my list.
I'll leave it.
But I think this was an outstanding feud.
Mm-hmm.
We saw kind of a resolution to it later this year with the tag match. It is playing into another great feud now between Kevin and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Its long-term effects have been stellar.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's my number 5. It's not higher because of the fact of how short it realistically was, and the matches were either hit or miss with this.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 absolute bangers at Mania, but the tag match with Cody and Roman was just eh.
Yeah.
And for me, matches mean a lot. If you are not going to produce in the ring, I have bad news for you.
My number 5 is OG Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0.
I thought about it.
The storytelling's there. It elevated Solo Sikoa. You have Jacob Fatu being like delivering as an absolute fucking beast. And then Roman Reigns being a key part of that. The whole storyline for War Games is great, even though it was confusing because of the pre-recordings. And then the Crown Jewel match was pretty like that storytelling was fucking great. The Sammy recruital, I think it's a good number 5. I couldn't remember many other feuds besides that, besides like the 7 I thought of, but like absolute fucking fantastic storytelling. I think it was.
My number 4. This will be met with some controversy from Grayson. Was Damian Gunther.
I liked the beginning part of it, and I liked everything leading up to Survivor Series.
I liked the Survivor Series match.
I didn't.
Grayson didn't. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I think they've done a great job with the feud.
Mm-hmm.
I think the storytelling's been on point. I think both the matches were great, especially the Survivor Series one. I'll talk more about not the Survivor Series one, the SummerSlam one, more later on. I won't. I feel like there's a chance that is going to be named 2 more times today. I don't know about Grayson's list. It's at least 1 more time being mentioned. But I love the feud.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Number 4?
Yeah.
My number 4 is the BCC versus AEW.
Okay.
Jon Moxley and his crew have run rampant over AEW. This is from September. It's only been 3 months, and they have destroyed AEW. They are running the shit into the fucking ground, metaphorically speaking, and they are doing their best work with it. It's fucking great. It's even better. It's made better by the YouTube Wheeler heel turn in the middle of it. It's been an absolute fucking fantastic time following it. The only issue I have with this whole feud is that it didn't start earlier. I think if you started it earlier, and this is the feud that AEW has needed for a long time to get everyone involved in this big like this feels like Roman again, but like for AEW with the right guy, with someone who was in the Shield before, and Jon Moxley has felt like a fucking beast among men.
Absolutely. Now, I have this question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Year 2 and 3, because I have a very strong guess on what your 1 is.
Mm-hmm.
How many is WWE of those 3? Of those
Only
2? 2 and both 2 and 3 are WWE, or
no
1 and 1?
Oh,
because I know you're number 1.
To you.
Yes, because we have the same fucking number one. Every wrestling fan probably has the same number one this year.
It was really debatable for me.
Really? My number 3 is Tony Storm Mariah May.
I did not have that on my list.
That's the one of my 3 left. That's the one I thought you'd miss out on.
It was a great feud, the best women's feud in AEW, but I simply wasn't at that level.
I think it was the best. I think it was the best women's feud of the year. I think the storytelling was fantastic. I think the long-term aspect of it was amazing. The match was not horrible. The match didn't help it as much.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason it was to me that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1, 2 gap, and then 3, 4, 5 was a conversation.
I think
1 and 2 are just so far ahead.
I think they fumbled it afterwards with the Mariah's reign.
Yeah.
I think they fumbled everything they had going with it, and then because everything's revolved around Tony in some way since then, and Mariah hasn't gotten out of the shadow of it, and that's what you need to do with a good feud is get Tony's shadow needs to be out of this fucking feud and build upon Mariah, and they haven't done that, and they've slowly made that worse in hindsight.
But that's what I didn't. That's why I just focused on the feud itself.
Yeah, but I think after effects of the feud should also count into it.
I think the feud was great.
Yeah,
I think it was just awesome.
My number 3 is Cody Rhodes versus The Rock.
Okay, yeah.
No, I think you could separate it because Cody Rhodes, The Rock's up the whole year was Cody Rhodes. He hated that motherfucker with every single piece of him. Literally every single time they interacted, it was fucking gold. It was absolute fucking fantastic thing. And then it led into night 1, and we'll get into night 1 eventually. But every single piece of that feud, because it was never about Seth for Rock. That was a Roman thing. That was a Roman part of that. But Rock just fucking hated Cody. And Cody was this fucking John Cena, Captain America type character with it. And I fucking loved it. It was fantastic storytelling. And every night it felt like Cody Rhodes was going to get his ass beat in the best way possible. I mean, you had that amazing moment in Chicago. I was there for it, so I have a little bit more bias when it comes to this feud, I guess, where Rock drops an F-bomb. He beats the shit out of Cody, whips him in front of his own tour bus in the rain, which it was actually raining. I don't know if anyone ever know that it was just, if there's a God was on the side of this feud, because you cannot, if that was just like no rain, it'd be like, okay, this is fucking great, but the cinematography with the rain made it so much better.
Agreed. All right. This is going to be interesting because I thought you'd have a by far 1v1, 1v2. Because this was also close to me. Do you want to read your number 2 first?
I would like you to.
Hangman Swerve.
Oh my god, we had the same number 2!
Yes! That means we have the same one. I did know your one.
What?
Holy fuck was this?
Oh my god.
Any other year, I think we're having even more of a debate.
I think any other year this is one.
Probably. Last year, what was even the feud of the year last year for us? I don't remember what we voted.
Oh my god. I had to look back. I don't know.
What did we?
Bro's gonna go back into the video. I don't remember, man.
My number
I don't have
one was Sammy Bloodline. Sammy KO versus Bloodline.
I think it probably was Cody Bloodline.
I think, and this would have topped it.
Yeah, absolutely. These dogs, man.
But it was just spectacular.
And I think the only reason it didn't make one is because it was built off a previous feud they had, and they brought it back, and they didn't have the longer type of storytelling, but it still felt very personal in every single moment they had for the feud.
Yeah.
And it was just, again, like I said, when we're like, what makes a good feud? I'm like, it has to be pure fucking hatred. They had to fucking hate each other's guts.
What's weird is any other year, that's by far this feud.
Yeah.
It's just you have the only feud in the last decade that probably beats this out for pure hatred. Which
I think so. Yeah.
I'm going to say it. I'm saying it for Grayson too. Punk Drew is number one.
Yeah.
I talk about matches being a big part of mine.
Hmm.
That's a huge part of my list. It's not every day you go 3 for 3.
I said 2 for 3, but okay.
And for me, they were 3 for 3.
Let's try and
They
match.
didn't put on a bad. I like the strap match.
I know you did.
There was not a bad match in this feud.
Yeah.
In the storytelling, breaking the necklace, not the necklace, the bracelet. A match of the year candidate, but Swerve and Hangman had to, but match of the year candidate. Both these guys will be wrestlers of the year candidates.
I think it also boils down to at some point there was nothing left to say. It was just who's going to draw the most blood.
We ran out of compliments for this.
It was so fucking good, and I know and Jedi listen to this, and they're gonna be like, "Hey man, Swerve is better, Ospreay, whatever." I don't give a shit. I understand you may not like CM Punk, but man put on one of his best works. I think this is only rivaled with his John Cena feud.
Yes.
Fucking fantastic. And I know it's like PG because of the bracelet, but goddamn, did they fucking nail every single second.
There was not a thing they missed, which is rare to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, matches of the year.
Do we do honorable mentions first?
I think we should wait for honorable mentions because I think there's some.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't want. This is one I'm more worried about us having crossover, and I don't want us to talk about a match too much or too little.
With honorable mention, I probably just mentioned it, being like, I left this match, like blah blah blah, and then
yeah, we'll do it then.
I have 3. Do you have any?
I know you're 3. I have 4.
I have 4. Okay, I want then. You should go first.
So the one I threw on there, realistically, it wasn't even in my top 20. I want to give them both their credit though, because it still ended up being a good match and a top 20 women's match of the year at minimum, probably top 5. Via Becky at Mania. If you look at everything that also went into it, via Panic Attack, Becky having issues, and they still went out there and performed. I want to give them their credit.
For their states matter, yes, they did really good.
But that's why I want to give them credit.
In the end of the day, you cannot give them credit over the other people because they were just.
That's why I just gave them an honorable mention. I couldn't justify top 10.
I didn't give them an honorable mention.
I wanted to give them that because I felt like also without some of those factors, we have a different conversation here.
Another note on that match. I rewatched it because everyone's like, "This is like a match of the year candidate," or like one's match of the year candidate, and I'm like, "What the fuck did you guys watch?" Because I love Rhea. I love Becky. That was.
I never even debated putting it in my top 10. These next 3, I seriously debated. I wanted to give flowers if flowers were due. Neither of these women ended up making my list even.
My honorable mentions made my list initially before I started looking at other matches.
Drew versus Sheamus versus Ilya on Raw.
I don't remember that match.
Yeah, because you don't watch it. It was my style of wrestling. They hit each other hard.
Yeah.
They sold their ass off. It was just great. Sami Zayn versus Gunther at Mania. As much
I didn't even consider it.
As I want to hate this match because Gunther lost. And I hated on it afterwards. I have to appreciate the wrestling that went into it. I have to appreciate the storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I have to appreciate what they did because it set up a lot of this feud. Okay, you can come up. You can come there over here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you have any more matches after that? Hi, Shiloh.
Yeah, he wanted to play here. Ilya versus Ricochet on Raw.
Oh my god.
Banger.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I know you don't. That's why
Ricochet should not be in the conversation one bit.
Oh well, bad news. 10 of his matches in my top 10.
That's crazy.
What are your 3?
My honorable mentions: Rhea versus Liv. I when it first happened, I'm like, this is like women's match of the year at least. And I'm like, I look back at it, I'm like, no. Um,
Yeah, I lied.
it was really good storytelling. They did a lot with it. The match was pretty good. It was more of a storytelling match, and there's no problem with that. There was just so many better matches that happened this year. The triple threat at Backlash, Bailey versus Tiffany versus Naomi at Backlash, fucking kicked ass. I know we'll talk about it later. So, I think it was wonderful, great, and also the crowd helped that a fuck ton. And why is a lot of shit making noise right now? I need to stop. People just shut the fuck up right now. And then my last honorable mention is Roxanne versus Jada Parker at No Mercy. Fantastic match. You were there in person. You saw it firsthand. I thought they fucking tore the house down, and it was also made better by Julia returning right after the match.
Yeah. So I'll let you start the top 10 since I was rivalries.
My number 10 is the women's Money in the Bank match.
Not on my list.
They fucking beat the fuck out of each other. They did not. Like, there's only one spot I can think of off the top of my head that ruined this match, and that's why it's at 10. Is because of the fucking Zoe spot where she fucked up the ladder, like, body slam. But anyways, they fucking kicked the shit out of each other. They tore the house down. You get the Chelsea moment. You have Tiffany winning the Money in the Bank, which was our choice. Io just stomping the fuck out of Lyra for no fucking reason besides I wanted to. She's probably the second best women's Money in the Bank match we've had so far, if not the best. I have to go back and rewatch that for that other one. But goddamn, did they fucking knock it out of the park?
Yeah. My number 10, I feel like higher on your list, was Io Bailey. Yeah, so I like the match. I will wait for Grayson to mention it so then I don't run out of things for him.
Number 9.
Number 9, you
go ahead.
I had Gunther Damien.
Which one?
SummerSlam. Not on your list?
No.
It's a lot higher.
Yeah.
I have more AEW. So yet again, I will wait for Grayson because Grayson does not have like any AEW on his list.
I have
6.
Yeah, because fuck you. Okay.
So who's your 9?
My number 9, I mentioned to you in private when we were prepping for D&D. Stephanie Van Keur and Julia versus Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez at Halloween Havoc. Terrible PLE, great fucking match. That was chemistry. That, like, if you were to put that into a bottle, like a beaker in chemistry, the thing would explode and create an atomic reaction with the amount of chemistry they had in that match. And you have 3 of the best women wrestlers on the planet. And then Cora Jade. I love Cora. She's not in that league. But they absolutely burned it fucking down. And should have made an event that night, but no.
What was the main event that night?
Paige versus Trick.
Oh, we never talked about that. Paige is getting called up. That's
Probably.
The spoiler. Okay. Your number 8.
My number 8 was Punk versus Drew with the special guest referee of Seth Rollins at SummerSlam.
That's not the one that made my list. You have 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
The addition of Seth Rollins adds so much to this match, I think, because he's trying to call it down the front because this is guarding Seth. He wants to make sure that the integrity of WWE is still in place. But Seth Rollins adds a comedy element to what is an absolute blood feud. And as the element of, like, Punk is distracted by Seth and his antics, and Seth is trying to not be so biased, and it's incredible storytelling at the same time as you have the bracelet involved. It's an absolute fucking masterpiece in my end of storytelling, at least when it comes to wrestling.
All right, my 8. If you have this on your list, I might die.
It's not a straight match.
Zack Sabre versus Daniel Bryan's New Beginning New Japan Wrestling. Why are you making that noise?
No, it's just like I didn't even know this match happened.
It is probably the best example this year of technical wrestling. we talk about how great of a technical wrestler Bryan Danielson is. Zack Sabre is the next Bryan Danielson when it comes to technical wrestling. They put on a masterclass of if you want a technical wrestling match, this is what you want. Grayson's like, you like heavy hitting. If you are going to give me a good technical wrestling match,
Yeah, I'm the guy who likes technical wrestling. What are you talking about?
You like technical wrestling. You like them jumping off ropes. You like this. They stayed in the ring and they just wrestled.
Okay.
They didn't get super fancy. They just wrestled. And it's two of the best in the world putting on one of the best matches of the year. What?
I can name 20 better wrestlers than Zack Sabre.
Huh?
I can name 20 better wrestlers than Zack Sabre.
I will cut you off when you name one that's not.
Seth Rollins.
I said I'll cut you off when you name one that's not.
Okay. Hangman Adam Page. Swerve Strickland. John Moxley. Pac. And I'm just going with men here at this point. Drew McIntyre. Gunther in the ring. Ilya Dragunov. I thought you were going to call me off there.
I'm letting you go at this point. I could have cut you off 3 or 4 times, but I didn't.
Oh, then shut the fuck up. Then never mind. You know, I'm not gonna keep going. You could have cut me off.
I thought about cutting you off a few times, but
Kevin Owens.
No.
Respect Kevin Owens.
I do. I love KO.
Apparently,
Sabre's better than me.
That's wrong.
Number 7. I will go.
Go ahead.
Backlash. Bayley, Tiffy, Naomi.
Let's go.
That was my number 7. Do you have that on your list?
It's my honorable mention.
Oh yeah, it was. So we can talk about it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
A women's match we can actually fully talk about because
Grayson, you're sexist.
I have multiple. You're showist. Because you only included 2 matches from one show.
Okay. Do you know why I only included 2 matches?
You fucking hate good wrestlers?
No, because I just didn't pay for fucking pay-per-views. Exactly. I paid for one. So
I could teach you exactly how to watch a lot of those matches for free.
You gave me the link and it did not work.
You chose not to let it work.
I would have loved to watch Vancouver versus fucking Mercedes Moné.
Because you weren't patient. It wasn't uploaded yet. You asked for it the next day.
Yeah, I want it the next day.
And it wasn't there yet.
Oh my god, you could have sent it to me at any point, other point in time, and I would have watched it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna shoot him. Grayson, you're gonna be able to appreciate this match more. You love women's wrestling more.
The Backlash match, I already talked about it a little bit.
You can talk. Fine, I will talk about it.
This is your list.
When we get to the top 5 women of the year, Bayley's gonna rank high on this list. I mean, she's the 2 women's matches of mine. She is in both of them. That kind of just tells you we talk about best title reigns this year. WWE side, Bayley is high on that list this year.
Mm-hmm.
She had a reign that I think was one while she was having it, we weren't as appreciative of it.
I was, but okay.
We appreciated it, but then it ended and we got Nia Jax. We're like, oh my god, we just witnessed something way better than we realized. But then this was her first title defense?
Yes, because this is the first Bayley after Mania. She
set the tone. Naomi came out there. She was hooping. Tiffy was hooping. Tiffy, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Tiffany Stratton was already making a name for herself with the chamber match and the Rumble and the chamber match is like she was already like riding high. But I think this is when people officially like recognize that Tiffany Stratton is the next star.
Yes,
in WWE.
It's just this match was great. Of course, Bayley won. It's just there's so many good things about this match.
The crowd really helped that match too.
Crowd won. It's in a heated debate for the award ceremony.
No, it's not, but okay.
I think it is. Number 7 for you.
My first AEW match, if I can get back to it. Goddamn.
Please be one of the ones I don't.
Chris
Please be
Statlander versus Willow Nightingale.
It's not one I have.
Let's go. If you ever want two people beating the shit out of each other, this is the match to watch. And these are two. This has been told by a lot of AEW stans that this is the best women's match they've seen in LAW. Should have been more than 20 minutes, Tony. I'm looking at you. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you if I don't get a fucking women's match that's over 20 minutes at some point in time. But yeah, amazing spots. They pull all the stops here. They let them do what the men do for women, and it made one of the best matches of the year. It was absolutely fucking fantastic. It was made even better by me being in person for it, and I loved it. I wish I could rewatch it, but AEW, I know you're working with Max right now. I need your library so I can watch matches. Please just do it. Then I get you more credit. You know what? If you put your library out there, I watch it and I enjoy your product more. Because that's how I got in WWE. I started watching the library, and that's how I'm here.
You're number 6.
Didn't you not do your 7?
I did. It was Bailey Naomi Tiffany.
Okay, I'm just double checking. My number 6 is Damian versus Gunther at SummerSlam.
Oh, good God, we could talk about this.
Okay, you had into like fucking 9 or whatever?
Yes.
I think you were underestimating that match, my guy.
I think you're just missing a lot of matches that are better than it. Because you don't pay attention to AEW.
I don't pay attention to AEW, at least lately.
Yeah, you didn't at all beginning of the year, and it's killing you today.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up, my guy.
Make me, bitch.
You're gonna have the Dynasty match. I'm gonna fucking stab you. Yeah, the Dynasty match is number 1. It's not. Yeah, okay. Anyways, Damian versus Gunther is a fucking masterclass in fucking hard hitting wrestling.
This was a match you watch, you feel pain.
Yeah, the only thing that like dragged down this match, like, because this could have made top 5 if it wasn't for Finn. I think if you're going to introduce someone to wrestling, this is a good match to start.
That's a solid one.
I think it's a really good one. Besides the storytelling aspect of it, and going like, I talk shit and going through a lot, and bro showed why he's one of the best wrestlers in the ring, and Damian Priest showed why he was champion for a good portion of this year.
Yeah,
it's
what he do.
Notes under the notes.
I mean, I think this was Gunther's best match of the year. I think it was Damian's best match of the year.
Correct.
I think, and these are two guys who probably had other matches who could have been talked about on it. I mean, I had a Gunther match as my honorable mention. Damian had a great title reign with some great fucking matches.
The only thing I can think of is Drew.
Great fucking match.
What's a good match?
But this is the match on our list for a reason. This heavy-hitting beauty. Storytelling was good. Once they built on it later, it became great.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my best feuds for a reason. It's just beautiful.
Absolutely.
My number 6, Okada versus Bryan Danielson at Wrestle Kingdom. Bryan Danielson, I hate that he retired because he was doing some of his... Huh?
You're retired from full-time wrestling.
Shut. He's now just part-time, and I hate it because he was doing some of his best work. I'm telling you right now, you know which match it is. He has another match on my list.
Because I called it out early, too early.
It makes me really fucking high. He was doing some of his best work. I mentioned him earlier. Number 8 versus Sabre. He had a great title run. It was the final countdown.
He also didn't have that great run. Okay.
It was a good run. It was matches-wise was fucking amazing. And if you disagree, then you are fucking stupid.
I'm so sorry. There's also another aspect of a title reign. It's called
Yeah.
story.
Oh, cool. Guess what? We're talking about matches, so shut up and focus on the matches.
We were talking about title reign, so I was like, nope.
Yeah, title reign. His matches were great. We're talking about matches. If we were to do top 5 title reigns this year, I don't know if he'd be top 5. And if he is, he's 5 because his matches were better than any other champion dress matches. And you can fight me on that. You cannot find one wrestler in any company who, during their reign, had better matches. And his silence speaks volumes. Nope. Oba did not have better matches than Bryan Danielson.
Now,
you can try to push the agenda. Bryan Danielson had multiple.
I was trying to put an Oba match in here. I just couldn't justify it.
Exactly. And you have 0 Danielson matches.
Yes.
Because you didn't pay attention early in the year when he was putting on these bangers. And I hope people who listen roast you.
Give me the library, Tony. Give me the library.
I gave you the library. You chose not to read it. It's just Okada's also one of the best dressed. Like, people give him shit for out of ring stuff. When he steps in the ring, there's not much better than him in the world. I always say it. If you are watching AEW for the story, you're not watching AEW properly. If you're watching WWE for the matches, you're probably not watching WWE properly. You watch AEW for good wrestling matches. You watch WWE for better storytelling. It's just the other one, WWE is farther along with the matches than AEW is with the stories.
This is true.
That's the difference.
I'll give you the credit there. Yeah.
And Grayson only having 2 is a discredit to AEW. I will fucking say it now. Grayson will be pissy.
Give me the library. At this point, that's going to be the fucking title of this fucking episode. Just give me the library. Because that's all I need. Like, I'm being so real with you, and I know with our buddy Hero and Jedi, they love AEW, and I get it. I can understand it. I went to All Out, fucking banger of a fucking show. I just need a library so I can fucking watch some of these things because I can't go back and watch fucking Forbidden Door. I can't go back and watch fucking Dynasty.
Shocker. I have a match from both of those shows.
I can't go back and watch Revolution. I can't go back and watch these because they're not available. I mean, they might be now. I can't go watch All In. I can't go back and watch All Out, which I was there for. So, like, that's what I'm saying. I need the library so I can go back and judge these because I'm not going to pay fucking $70 to watch it live at the time. I don't have that type of money. I know because you're a fucking weirdo.
What is your number 6?
I'm going to give you my number 6. Let's Demon Gunther.
Oh, yeah. My number 5 is Okada is back already. And you talked about a dynasty, yes?
Okada's not that good. I don't care. I've watched him wrestle so many times. He's not that good. I've watched him wrestle probably more than Gunther, and I just don't see it.
Okada Pac is my number 5.
That's Dynasty?
Dynasty.
I don't remember the Happy Night Dynasty, but okay.
Fucking banger. Pac's outstanding. We know this.
I love Pac.
Neither of these guys are on the rest of my list, sadly.
If I was going to put another AEW match in my honorable mentions or whatever, it would have been Pac Ospreay.
Oh my God, he would have given Ospreay some credit. But
that's what's back, but okay.
How much more can we say about? They're both just fucking insane. Like, there's no way around it. Grayson will go every way around it because he hates Okada.
I love Pac though.
He's a narc.
I love Pac though.
But it's a fucking great match, and I'll move on so Grayson can't be here and sit and pissy because he's gonna be super pissy with my number 1. And probably my number 2.
Well, I know what your number 1 is now. Because I mentioned Dynasty.
I fucked up my list.
He did. Oh my God.
No, I just realized I forgot a match.
Probably.
I did.
That's crazy. My number 5, because you just did 5, right?
Yes.
Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth.
Okay. Did not make my list.
I got that. Storytelling, fucking immaculate. Rock using his fucking abuse of the power to get his way. Because this is like literally, this is Sisyphus for Cody and Seth. The moment they get momentum, it's just slashed down. It's just fucking fantastic on how they were able to tell the story at the same time. It's keep a good match. And Rock showed that, hey, I'm still in ring shape. I can still do this at 50 fucking 5 or whatever how old he is. And it was just fucking amazing. So many great moments. And going back to the Rhea Becky thing where it's like, let's give some credit to the people who are doing like things that they should not be doing. Seth didn't have a knee. His knee did not exist in that whole match. He went nearly an hour. And they did fucking immaculate. It burned the house down. Night 1 is debatably better than night 2 for the simple reason over the finale of it.
So, I'm gonna add some clarification here. I fucked up. I forgot a very, 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 very good match. Everything I've said bumped down 1. Number 5 now for me is Cody Roman Night 2 Mania.
5?
At 5. Is that your 1?
No. You should know my 1. We talked about it months ago.
I know you're number 1. So I will wait for Grayson to mention it. You want to talk about your 4?
My 4 is Io Bailey.
If that's fair.
This is technical wrestling. It's technical wrestling mixed with high flyers.
Io is Danielson better.
There you go. But it's better than that match. I don't care.
Did you watch it?
No.
Exactly. Then you can't comment.
Shut the fuck up. Bailey Io had a fantastic rivalry to start the year. It didn't make the feuds because it was still pretty weak. Because Triple H, for whatever reason, can't build a fucking women's feud in Mania season. But their matches blew the top off. And the only reason it's not talked about more is because of the finale of night 1 that was right after it. And I've watched this match like 3 or 4 times since it happened, just because it's fucking that good.
Yeah.
And it ended with Bailey winning the championship and finally getting the recognition that she deserves it after 4 years away from holding a belt. So
this is probably full reorder. I threw this in at 4. This probably might be higher. The match I forgot was my number 2 feud. I forgot Swerve Hangman. All Out.
You forgot about the death match?
Forgot about the death match.
In the steel cage?
And I know that's on Grayson's list.
Yes.
So I'll wait for Grayson to mention that.
Yes.
I only have one more match Grayson's going to have on his list, thankfully.
Yeah. Let's do 3 for you then.
Punk Drew.
Which one?
Bad Blood.
We'll talk about that in a little
bit. Yep.
My number 3 is going back on your list. Going back up.
Is it Cody Roman?
It is Cody Roman to finish out Mania. This felt like the end of the story, and it did it perfectly. It was overbooked to hell, and we talked about this. There is a Curbstone clips. If you want to go back and watch it.
Perfectly overbooked.
Perfectly overbooked. Fantastic storytelling. And then the actual wrestling with Roman and Cody. Roman and Cody could debatably be wrestling soulmates. Who has to give Roman? I'd probably Seth. Other than that, they are fucking amazing in the ring together. Like, that's why people are still begging for Roman and Cody 3, even though it shouldn't happen. People want it because of how good they are in the ring and how they make magic every time they step on the mat.
The storytelling was great.
Mm-hmm.
The gong, Cena, everything. Roman finally losing his title, Cody becoming the top dog, Shiloh hiding in the corner.
And debatably, Jay and Jimmy gave their best match of the weekend during this match.
Yeah. Yeah. Debatable.
It's fucking fantastic. I could go rewatch this right now and feel the same emotions I felt that night.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's a good fucking match.
Your number 2.
My number 2 is Drew versus Punk Bad Blood.
This was the second biggest death match of the year.
It was.
Which is crazy because that flipped on your list the other way around. On your feuds list.
It is. And that's just because Swerve versus Hangman was not built up as much as Drew versus Punk. Drew versus Punk had 2 matches before this to build this matchup, and they did it great. Some of CM Punk at 45, 46 now, whatever he is, can still put on a fucking banger. Bloody, violent. Every second of this match, you can feel every hit. It was personal in that cage. The cell finally felt like hell again. It revitalized the Hell in the Cell. It made every single second. They took advantage of every single second they had in the ring.
Yeah, they did a great job, and there's no denying it. It was perfection. It felt like the ending of a story.
Mm-hmm.
They did it right. Hell in a Cell was used at the right time. We always talk about feuds not deserving Hell in a Cell. This deserved Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
We had blood all over the place. So once again, the next match you're going to say is bloodier.
I wouldn't say it's bloodier. I would say it's more violent.
But it was just beauty.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 was Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door. And here comes the Grayson eye rolls because it's back-to-back Ospreay matches. Because Grayson has made it very, very clear. He thinks Ospreay is an overrated piece of shit that he wishes would never wrestle again.
No, I think he does. He has a spot in wrestling. It's called the mid card.
And Grayson is wrong for his opinion. I say all opinions matter except for Grayson's for a reason.
The mid card exists for Ospreay.
Ospreay is. This next match is. This was once again 2 of the best in the world, basically being told, "Go as long as you." Yes.
Never mind. I thought they fought it all in. I apologize.
No, it was Forbidden Door.
I remember now. Yeah.
2 of the best in the world, basically being told, "Hey, we are AEW. We don't really have time limits on our pay-per-view. Go." And got freedom to do whatever the fuck they wanted. The in-ring work was great. Once again, storytelling may not have been there as much. You are not going to get a better just performing in the ring wrestler than Ospreay. Grayson disagrees, but he has no right to that opinion, but he has that opinion. Ospreay is just special. Ospreay is a lot of wrestling left in him too. He had my match of the year, which if you don't know what it is at this point, I have questions.
I mean, I spoiled it, so.
Yeah, that also. It's just, I mean, wow. The only issue I have with Ospreay's wrestling, it's AEW as a whole, is they continue to no-sell everything at times.
That's my biggest issue with Ospreay.
And that's my issue, but you know what? If I have to look past one negative to see the 1,000 flaws, I'm
also his thing feels more like a circus rather than a match.
No, because someone made a great tweet, and you hyped up a moment in a women's match earlier this year. That was a heavily scripted, planned start of the match, and you praised how talented these NXT women. Yes.
Do you know why?
It
had a natural conclusion. It didn't feel like this was scripted. Because Ospreay will do all that shit that Soul and Kalani did, and it will end in the fucking Iron Man, Spider-Man, a superhero pose. I need a natural ending. Someone needs to get kicked in the fucking head. Someone needs to get knocked the fuck out. That Moxie clip from a few months ago where the guy's doing a fucking back handspring, he just fucking knocks the shit out of him. That's what needs to happen then in the fucking every sequence. But Ospreay does it too fucking often where he's just like superhero pose.
You just a hater.
It just feels too scripted.
All right, let's talk about Swerve and Hangman.
That's my number 1.
It's your number 1.
Whoa.
It was a death match.
They wanted to kill each other, and they basically did.
And I give him credit for it.
I'm not a big violence person when it comes to like wrestling in general. I think that like it needs to be used properly. When you have extreme violence, it needs to be used properly. You need to see when people absolutely fucking hate each other, like Cody rock whipping, like rock whipping Cody. You have or Drew and Punk in the Hell in a Cell, and here you could feel every. This is story. This is AW doing storytelling right and using the violence that they love to use properly.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I can like criticize for this was the needle use because it was like a whatever moment, but like this was hard hitting. It was violent. It was. I was concerned for them at all times, and I know they were being safe, but like there was times where I'm like, this match is over. It's done. And the near falls were fucking immaculate. It Swerve and Hangman gained a huge fan for both and for me. Absolutely fucking fantastic. It was the masterpiece of the year for me. What'd you just see?
Open your Twitter.
Oh no. Did they just report on this?
No, this isn't even wrestling related.
Sorry, I thought it was hit the go home saying Tony's back. I'm like, yeah, she was back yesterday.
No.
What? Oh, you sent it to me.
Just sent it to you.
Who is that?
It's not Trent Williams.
I'm like, I don't think that's Trent Williams, but I also don't remember what he looks like.
Not. Oh well, it was a great match. Grayson got to experience it way more than I did because he was there. But it was a good match, solid. The match I forgot on my list, which sucks. Didn't want to. My number one, Grayson can cry about it. He's taking his headphones off because he doesn't want to. So I'm going to act like I'm talking until he puts it back on. It's Danielson versus Ospreay. Thoughts?
That I knew this match was overrated, but the moment it happened, because I love Danielson, he's still overrated, not to the extreme that Ospreay is, but I knew the moment it happened. I knew the moment before it happened. Anyways, go on and talk about it so we can
It's
move on.
just perfection. So once again, I get tasked with the heavy hitting, the hood hitting, the big ass meaty men slapping each other's meats all night long.
Wait, not to sound sus.
Look, one of us got clapped on, the other one didn't.
Oh my god, no! Shut the fuck up. Anyways,
but we have probably watched one of the best wrestling matches we'll ever see. Grayson, once again, is probably like, you're talking about two overrated bitches, so shut the fuck up. This is not important. Blah, 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 blah. And the lack of a comment from Grayson means I am right.
Danielson's a tiny bit overrated. Not
It's
like
just
super.
Grayson hating on AEW.
Danielson was a fucking WWE wrestler.
But it's just another level there. Go watch the match. Just do yourself a favor and watch the match.
Danielson versus Ospreay Dynasty.
There's not enough words I can say to do it justice.
Here, I have highlights here in front of me. It's a minute 40. I'll give you this is live reaction.
Sees the reactions. Let's see. He's hating still.
Yeah, it's because I know there's a better Danielson match this year than this.
Nope.
Yeah, no, I'm not. No, but nothing about that wowed me.
Because you're a hater.
No, because it's just dumb. Oh, you can tell me in the comments below how stupid I am for hating Osprey, even though I think I'm perfectly valid in my concerns about Osprey. Anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching the Curb Stomp podcast. Let us know what you think is going to happen this week at Saturday Night Main Event. This is coming out Friday, so and what your top 10 matches and feuds are for the year in the comments below. Next week, what the fuck are we doing? Because I know we have another thing planned.
Next week, top 10 wrestlers of the year.
Sure.
Along with the reactions from...
Yes. It's indeed true. But until then, remember to subscribe, like, be merch in the description below. But until then, bye-bye.